Today we look at the Zoom65 Olivia edition by Meletrix, a sub-brand of Wuche Studio, who is a well-known manufacturer in the keyboard community. One of the first manufacturers to bring us affordable keyboard kits that echoed the functions of high-end custom mechanical keyboards. Although Wuche's QK65 Aurora was a great success, Meletrix seems to be the next evolution in bringing enthusiast-level mechanical keyboards at an affordable price. So it seems fitting that the Zoom65 is the first keyboard out the gate. Today we'll go over the specs, the build process, and how it compares to the other community darling, the QK65. Meletrix did not send this keyboard for review because they don't f with me. James, how many subs do I have?
141.
Oh, makes sense. Like and subscribe! I bought this with my own ever-growing keyboard debt, so these thoughts are my own and my own only. The Zoom65 is an all-aluminum gasket mount 65% keyboard with a rotary encoder and brass accents. Unlike most custom mechanical keyboards, the Zoom65 Olivia edition comes with everything you'll need right out of the box. PCB, PC plate, switches, keycaps, stabilizers, braided USB cable, full foam kit, gaskets, screws, other installation tools, and accessories, all nicely tucked away in a faux suede storage case. God damn. Everything in this kit retails at $179. Meletrix does offer an Essential Edition, which is a bare bones kit without keycaps and switches, and will start at $159. With the most expensive configuration with the PBT stainless steel weight, knob, and brass plate at $217. The Essential Edition and presumably all future renditions of the Zoom65 will all come with a Bluetooth PCB. This Olivia edition does not. The Zoom65 boasts a typing angle of 6.5 degrees and a front height of 20 millimeters, which is the middle of the road for front heights on keyboards. This would not matter unless you type with your wrist resting on the desk. Anything above 18 millimeters is quite uncomfortable, and if you do type with resting wrists and do not have large hands to compensate, I would recommend a wrist rest. Unlike most e-white coated boards, this case has a rough texture and sparkly bits, which is a nice change of pace from all the other cookie cutter e-whites. It is a screwless design, but not seamless, which seems like a missed opportunity. This is a very subjective con, of course. The build process, not hard by any means, but if you do not follow the build guide, it could be easy to miss a few steps if you haven't built a keyboard before. I won't recreate the build guide here as there are tons of other videos that you can reference for this. Meletrix recommends using all foam included, but I thought this muted the sound a little too much, so I opted to not use the plate foam, and I removed the PCB under layer foam, whatever it's called, to bring back some of that flex. I'll leave you with two sound tests with and without PE foam because everyone hates PE foam now, even though they loved it before. I don't know. I personally think value per dollar, this board cannot be beat. Included stabs, switches, and keycaps for $179 before shipping is crazy good. The only other competitor in the space right now with this type of quality is the QK65, which we somewhat reviewed in this video here. The QK65 starts at $149, and at its cheapest configuration, the Zoom65 will be $10 more, but it does come with Bluetooth capabilities and a rotary encoder. Hello, Editor AJ here. It's June 5th. And QWERTY Keys decided to ruin my whole video. They just announced that the QK65 will be coming with a Bluetooth PCB, and it's stated the board starts around $180 shipped. The Zoom65 Essential Edition starts at $159. I'm sure shipping will push that around the $190 region if we're trying to compare apples to apples. The Zoom65 still does have a rotary encoder going for it, so you could technically say that it still holds a little more value. But as it stands right now, the QK65 has now closed that value per dollar gap. I essentially think that it's just a war between aesthetics at this point. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. Look and design wise will be subjective, but in my opinion the Zoom65 looks better even with the visible seam. The curves and rounded edges are a nice touch compared to the QK65's more square approach. Again, this is subjective, as others would definitely like the subtle designs of the QK65 over the Zoom65's more loud aesthetic. I could definitely see the sparkly bits not being everyone's cup of tea as well. The rotary encoder could also be a win for the Zoom65 in the eyes of some, but there are other customers like myself that really don't have a use for this. I have a dedicated DAC that controls all my media volume and a mouse that has multiple scroll wheels for any scrolling function I would need to map it as. But it should count for something, so 1 point for House Meletrix. Even the Olivia edition at $179, it still comes with keycaps and switches. Adding keycaps and switches to a bare bones QK65 while trying to stay under that $179 price point would be extremely difficult to do without sacrificing quality. So when it comes to value, the Zoom65 would be the better choice in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, the QK65 is an amazing entry-level board and you will not make a bad choice if that's the one you chose. They both offer things the other doesn't, but when it comes to value per dollar, my vote is gonna go to the Zoom65. Just like the QK65, the Zoom65 continually plans to be in rolling stock over the months, so go ahead and join their Discord server to stay up to date and don't miss the next drop. I'll go ahead and link their Discord in the description below. And that's the video. I'm AJ, this is a keynote. Please help support the channel by using my affiliate links in the description below, and hopefully you'll join me in the next one. Bye bye.